Some voices don't just sing, they glide. They float between genres, emotions, and worlds. In the space where jazz met soul, one voice stood out that was powerful, elegant, and timeless. This singer who range in emotion could move effortlessly from jazz sophistication to soul passion. But while her voice was unforgettable, her story remains one of music's most overlooked. The centerpiece of today's video is all about Jean Carn. Now before we start, let's be sure to leave a like on the video, subscribe to the channel, and push that notification bell to be sure you won't miss out on any more uploads. Now without further ado, let's cue that intro. Jean Carn was born Sarah Jean Perkins on March 15, 1947 in Columbus, Georgia. She was raised in a musical environment that nurtured her talent. From a very early age, she showed an extraordinary vocal ability. Her foundation in music was shaped both by gospel and classical training. This unique combination will later define her sound. After graduating from Booker T. Washington High School in Atlanta, Georgia, here is where she learned how to speak Russian fluently. Perkins obtained a Morris Brown College scholarship. At Morris Brown, she continued her Russian studies, and she performed in a variety of musical genres, including musical theater and opera. She had planned to continue her studies at the Juilliard School of Music in New York City. Here is where she met and married pianist Doug Carn. The couple settled in Los Angeles, California, and Carn featured on 3 of his 4 albums. As her career began in the world of jazz, her vocal style was smooth, controlled, and expressive. It made her a natural fit for the genre. She worked with respected musicians and began building a reputation for her talent. But her journey would soon take a new direction. In 1976, she became associated with the Philadelphia music scene. She began working with producers and musicians that was connected to the Philadelphia sound. She began blending jazz with soul. This transition allowed her to reach a wider audience while maintaining her musical integrity. She released her self-titled debut album in 1976 with the debut single, Free Love, that peaked number 23 on the R&B charts.
Yeah, we done. I'm trying to tell you that it's no good. It's no good. Let your
In June of 1978, she released her second album for the label, Happy to Be With You, that included the hit single, Don't Let It Go to Your Head.
don't let it go to your head. No.
Her third Philadelphia International Records album, When I Found You Love, that was released in 1979. This album included the hit single, My Love Don't Come Easy, that peaked number 43 on the R&B charts. The album included the Jerry Butler penned track, Was That All It Was?, which despite not charting on the R&B charts, it was a big disco hit in the UK clubs.
This is how it's gonna end. Will we ever be just friendly now and then?
At this time, Jean moved from Philadelphia International to the subsidiary TSOP for her 1981 album, Sweet and Wonderful. After the release of this album, she moved to MOTOWN Records in 1982, making her label debut with her only album for the label, which was Trust Me. The single from this album, If You Don't Know Me By Now, which was a cover of Harry Melvin and the Blue Notes.
Oh, we might as well say goodbye. What good is a love affair?
This song was provided backing vocals by The Temptations. The song went on to chart number 49 on the R&B charts. By 1986, she signed a deal with Army Records, and she released Closer Than Close, that was produced by saxophonist Grover Washington Jr. The song went on to reach number 1 on the R&B charts. Her 1988 album, You're a Part of Me, was her only release on Atlantic Records. Her songs showcase her ability to bring emotional depth to soul music while maintaining her jazz sensibilities. Her voice became her signature, which was rich, dynamic, and unmistakable. What set her apart was her range. She could deliver powerful, soaring vocals or soft, intimate performances. Her control and technique allowed her to navigate complex melodies with ease. She wasn't just singing songs, she was interpreting them. Despite her talent, her career always didn't receive the recognition it deserved. The music industry often favored trends over artistry. Artists who didn't fit neatly into one category sometimes struggle for visibility. And Jean's case of blending soul with jazz made her unique, but also made her harder to market. Over time, her music found a new life. Her songs has been sampled, covered, and rediscovered by new generations. Her influence could be heard in artists who blend genres and prioritize vocal expressions. She remains a respected figure among musicians and fans alike. In 2014, Jean was honored with a Lifetime Achievement Award that was presented by the National R&B Music Society in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. On April 28, 2025, she was inducted into the National R&B Music Society Atlantic City Walk of Fame. Jean Carn is recognized as a pioneer who bridged the gap between jazz and soul. Her voice continues to inspire. Her recordings remain timeless, and her contribution to the music industry is undeniable. Her story is one of talent, artistry, and resilience. She didn't chase trends, she simply followed the music, and in doing so, she created a sound that still resonates today. Because some voices don't belong to one era, they belong to every era, and Jean Carn's voice will always be one of them. Now, before we go, I have a question for you all. What is your favorite song by Jean Carn? Before I go, I want to take a second to promote my Discord. Over here, I provide a safe space for my supporters. We discuss music of all genres. You can provide me feedback on recent uploads, etc. If that interests you, then go ahead and check me out. The link is in my bio. While I have y'all here, if you would like to support the channel further, then feel free to become a member. By doing so, you help make these videos possible. I thank each and every one of you who supported me along this journey.